What we're going to do here is just a little bit of intro to plotting, and all of our other videos specifically address certain types of problems that we cover. So this is just going to be a little bit of the intro to that and how to plot a position and what's on the chart. So over here we can see we've got the title block, which shows the chart name, the projection, what our soundings are in. We can see we've got our longitude scale on the bottom here in the top, and we've got our latitude scale on the sides. And one of the things that we like to do, have our students do, is number out all the minutes on our latitude, longitude. So the first thing I'm going to demonstrate here is plotting a position. So one of the first ones we like to do here with the students is show this latitude 37 degrees north and 75 degrees 40 minutes west. Well, that one's really easy because these fall right on a meridian and a parallel. And so you can run your fingers together right to that intersection point. And so right to that 63 foot sounding mark, which we see, that's one of our answers. But what about if we don't have a latitude, longitude that lands on these lines? Well, then we have to use our tools. So we've got our parallel plotter and we've got our dividers. So we'll be using these. And so first we'll look at the latitude. For this next one is 37 degrees, 2.5 minutes north. So what I first like to do is just 37 degrees, 2.5 is right there. And our longitude is 75 degrees, 35.8 minutes west. So I'm going to go and put my fingers right on there, and just at the very least you can run your hands together and see this is going to be the general area that you're in. Now there's a couple different ways you can plot this position. You can use your parallel plotter to line up with a parallel, run up to this spot, and run a line. Now that doesn't work, well, it actually will work on this lower one. We could line up with our meridian and go to our 35.8, and we can see that it intersects right there at our 70 foot depth sounding mark, which is our answer. But if you can't reach the sides or the bottom of the chart, then what we'll need to do is use our our dividers. So in this case, we're going to measure 37, 2.5. What I can do is come over here to this and mark that. So I know I'm perpendicular when I'm on that line. And then I can take my parallel plotter up to this point, and we can see that it crosses. And then we'll go down to our longitude, measure off the nearest meridian, that just happens to be this one, 35.8. I can run that up to this line so I know that I'm perpendicular. And then do it that way. So I can see I've got a nice intersection point. I try not to use too much pencil there. And then if I have any extra, I can always erase. All right, so that's plotting position, two different ways. Now the next thing I'm just going to demonstrate is how to measure distance. So I'm just going to make an arbitrary point right here. So we've got two positions. I want to measure the distance in between them. I'm going to connect our line right here. So that when I measure, I know I'm measuring the shortest distance. So one way you can do this, if your dividers will reach between the 2 points, is one full sweep of the dividers. Now you can either go to your measuring scale down here, or what I like to do is just go to the latitude scale, and we can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.3 nautical miles. If your dividers can't reach between the sweep, you can do a predetermined amount of distance. In this case, I'm just going to do 2. 2, 4, 6. We'll close this up to measure that last little amount. And that is 7.3. So that's how we'll measure distance. And then if we want to measure the direction from the two of these, I can line up over that line, which I use a little black line, and I can either roll this down to the compass rose. In this case, I can see if I'm going that direction, 052, or if I'm going in this direction, 232. Or the other option, which we've seen in some of the videos, we can take this, line it up again, and we're going to roll it up to the meridian to where the crosshair goes over top of the meridian, and then we just read through this compass right here, and you can see you can 052 or 232. So 2 ways for measuring the direction or bearing right there, and that's it.